to win. So, for the first time in a long time, Fee Collier actually kind of cooked Angel Reese.
Angel Reese hit the court, and reality hit back even harder. One preseason game in, and the Lynx served her an L so icy it could have come straight out of Minnesota's winter. Her shots rimmed out, the defense closed in like a storm, and somewhere between missed layups and turnovers, her confidence might have started packing for vacation. Was it just first game jitters? Or was this the league's not-so-gentle welcome to the W moment? Either way, this debut wasn't the dream start, but it's definitely one everyone's talking about. Let's break down what really went wrong.
You know what I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
It's officially panic time in Chicago, or at least in the Angel Reese is the Future fan club. 2 preseason games in, and instead of a star-making debut, we're getting something closer to an awkward high school tryout. Angel might want to check if that next big thing crown came with a return policy, because while Caitlin Clark is out there breaking ankles and splashing logo threes like it's target practice, Reese can't seem to find her rhythm, or the rim. Between the missed shots, early fouls, and getting out-muscled by Camila Cardoso, the struggle is real.
For instance, before a game or after a game or during practice for real, you rarely ever hear from Angel Reese. And my question is why? Why don't you like to talk basketball, Angel? Is it because you missed so many layups, you're so bad?
Let's be real, Angel Reese's preseason showing wasn't just underwhelming, it was politely disappointing. She managed 10 points against the Lynx, hitting just 2 of 8 shots from the floor. That's 2 makes in 25 minutes, basically 1 bucket every 12 and a half minutes. If that trend holds, Chicago might want to start handing out juice boxes instead of post-game highlights. And the rebounding? 3 boards. Not bad if you're a guard, but when you're billed as the league's next paint enforcer and get out-rebounded by a teammate who barely unpacked her duffel bag, that's a tough look.
We got to talk about Angel Reese missing out on these press conferences all the time. What is this really about? Here's a girl, right, who loves to be in everybody's face, loves to be on front center, right? Always on TikTok, always on Instagram, always on YouTube with her podcast, but never during press conferences before a game or after a game or during practice for real. You rarely ever hear from Angel Reese. And my question is why? Why don't you like to talk basketball, Angel? Is it because you missed so many layups, you're so bad at basketball for real?
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is living in a completely different universe. In her preseason debut, she came out firing like it was Game 7 of the finals, dropping dimes, draining threes, and commanding the floor like she owned the lease. The Indiana Fever racked up 108 points in a blowout that ended faster than Angel Reese could rack up her 4th foul. While Clark was out there conducting an offensive masterclass, Reese looked stuck somewhere between off-ball decoy and overly supportive teammate.
Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for elevating the WNBA dump. I thought Angel Reese was responsible for taking the dump and turning it into an unmonetizable turd. Now, to her credit, it is a nicely polished turd. It almost looks appealing. Almost. Of course, it's still not appealing enough to generate profit, but I guess the WNBA is taking baby steps. I mean, what's one more year of multi-million-dollar losses? I thought Angel Reese was the star of stars, the icon of icons. That's what the mainstream media keeps telling me. Headline at Forbes from last month. How Angel Reese and Asia Wilson are leading the WNBA's growth.
But here's the real plot twist. Camila Cardoso. Yeah, the other rookie on the sky. The one who's not starring in Reebok ads or popping up on a new podcast every 3 days. Cardoso's quietly sliding into that power forward spot like she was born for it. 13 points, 9 rebounds, and a whole lot of, "Excuse me, Angel, I'll take that board," energy. She's scooping up the rebounds that used to be Reese's bread and butter. Only now, it's Cardoso doing the grocery shopping, cooking the meal, and still packing leftovers, while Reese is left staring at the bill.
Angel Reese is smooth 6'3". And jump like that, grab him, rim, and dunk him. Let's be honest, that's bounce for a girl. That's bounce. Now, some of y'all are probably wondering why I said she could dunk. I mean, obviously, Shorty can't dunk now. We see the game, she barely get off the ground, she getting like an inch off the ground. Anyway, the reason for that is She had a big injury in her leg a long time ago. Now she has a metal rod in her leg.
So let's do the math. Caitlin Clark is gliding into the regular season like she's been running the W her whole life, lighting up scoreboards, humiliating defenders, and turning preseason into her personal highlight reel. Angel Reese, meanwhile, is still trying to figure out how to shoot 25% from the field without triggering a collective groan from the crowd every time she lines one up. And just when you thought it couldn't get any rougher, the schedule gods decided to throw gas on the fire. Chicago's season opener is against, wait for it, Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever. Yep, the showdown everyone's been hyping is finally here. It's billed as a heavyweight clash, except one fighter's been sparring with a punching bag while the other's been out here landing knockouts. Caitlin versus Angel was supposed to be the rivalry of a generation. But right now, it's looking more like a one-woman show, Clark doing everything short of selling popcorn during timeouts, while Reese keeps serving up unintentional comedy, missing layups, watching her defender stroll into the paint, and looking absolutely stunned every time Cardoso snatches another rebound that was supposed to be hers by divine right.
And you wonder why you have the least amount of fans showing up in attendance at your games. That all has something to do with it. You're not relatable. You're not likable. People only hear from you when you showing half off, your body, or you're showing off what you're wearing, right? Trying to make a fashion statement. You're showing off your new weave. It's so unbelievable. You're showing off your new lashes, right? But you don't talk basketball never.
It's not just bad anymore. It's starting to feel personal. You can see it in the body language. Reese has to be feeling the sting. Imagine hyping yourself up as the face of the next generation, only to have your own teammate show you what real paint dominance looks like. Camila Cardoso is out here scooping up the easy buckets Reese used to devour at LSU like free samples. Except this isn't college anymore, and the WNBA doesn't do participation trophies. Cardoso's hustle, positioning, and sheer efficiency are sending a message loud and clear. You might have the followers, but I've got the fundamentals. And you can bet Reese hears it. She's watching Caitlin Clark become the league's headline act. She's watching Cardoso quietly become Chicago's interior anchor. And she's stuck somewhere in between, not efficient enough to be the scorer, not dominant enough to be the rebounder, and far too high profile to fade into the background. But hey, it's only preseason, right? Sure, except the real games start now, and Angel Reese's stat line is beginning to read less like a rookie breakout and more like a cautionary tale in progress.
According to Forbes, Angel Reese is arguably the biggest star in the WNBA because she has more social media followers than everyone else. But like I say all the time, popularity on social media, that does not equate to the mainstream.
And we haven't even hit the real nightmare scenario yet. The one where Caitlin Clark starts torching Chicago's defense with one-legged fadeaways while Angel Reese is back on the bench, staring at the scoreboard after picking up 2 quick fouls in the first 5 minutes. Saturday's game has reality check written all over it. Clark looks ready to host a masterclass, and Reese? She's walking in with a chip on her shoulder the size of a press conference, and not the motivational kind. More like the, I'm overcompensating because nothing's going the way I planned kind. It's almost poetic in a cruel way. This rivalry was born from college hype, magazine covers, and Instagram flexes. But in the pros, it's getting settled by floor spacing, pick and roll reads, and, actually making shots. Caitlin's transition to the league has been smooth, like a well-rehearsed symphony. Angel's, on the other hand, has looked more like someone tripping over the bench while trying to tie their shoes. And this isn't just rookie jitters anymore. 2 full games in is enough of a sample size to tell the story. Maybe bullying 6 feet 4 inches college freshmen doesn't translate when you're up against grown, battle-tested WNBA veterans who've seen it all and know exactly how to expose every weakness. To make matters worse, Cardoso's not giving her an inch. She's slamming the door shut and tossing the key into Lake Michigan. Every minute Cardoso dominates is a minute Reese loses in the rotation. And in the WNBA, that's how fast the narrative flips, from future star to fighting for minutes.